Bang, bang.
Oh, no, 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 no. Put the gun down.
That's what we call it.
Your fist came for its own agenda, I'll tell you that much. Make sure you get him on the camera. This is going to be good content. That technically makes me part of the neurodivergent community. Any neurodivergent people here? Okay, awesome. Hell yeah. And it's awesome that we thought there's like finally a term for us. Neurodivergent just means our brains are different. I mean, it's really awesome that we get representation now. Like in my government, like a lot of neurodivergent people, you know, like President Elon's on the spectrum, you know what I mean? You know, Trump's got something going on with him. I don't know what that is. And then we have RFK Jr. He's got brainworms. He's in charge of our health. That's really cool, man. RFK Jr., he actually says some interesting things. Like, he says things like, oh, you know, we'll look at the fast food industry and watch what we eat. I'm like, that's actually really cool. Like, why are we hearing it from the guy with brainworms? I'm just wondering, did it take brainworms for society to hear the right thing about health finally? What? Habibi. Neurodivergent. It's all around us, baby. Yeah. Whoa. That was a little fierce, man. You good? All right. Habibi, I'm here. Yeah, where are you from, dude? Where are you from?
Mr. Islam, I'm a UK British national. My ethnicity is Bangladesh.
Okay.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. All right. Yeah, if you do one more bang, bang, you out, motherfucker. I'll tell you that much, dude. Don't be doing that bang, bang, boy. Don't be doing that bang, bang. No. You don't be doing no bang, bang in public space like that, brother. I don't give a shit. You're the motherfucker that all the racist-ass Brits are like, they're taking over. You better stop that shit, bro. You need to cool it with that shit. Right? All right. I ain't, no. One more bang, bang, I go bye-bye, okay? You need to chill it with that shit. I don't know what kind of meth they're serving out here in England, but... I mean, hook me up with some of it after the show, but not right now, bro. I'm trying to focus. I was doing a joke about RFK. Don't fuck it up, dude. And I was asking my friend why my friend hates RFK Jr., and he was like, well, he's very hard to listen to. He sounds like a didgeridoo. And I was like, that's fucked up, also accurate. It sucks with RFK because if you only knew the basics about the Kennedy family and you watched RFK Jr., you'd be like, oh, he was the one who got shot in the head. You know what I mean? So... Right? Bang, bang, motherfucker, right? Come on now, come on! Bang, bang. Yep, let me finish the jokes. All right. I grew up in a predominantly South Asian city, Fremont, California. People know us around the world, okay? And I was basically raised by South Asian people. I was like the Jungle Book, but for South Asian people, they raised me like Mowgli. And me and a bunch of my South Asian friends, we're actually doing big things. We're opening up a South Asian restaurant in Fremont, California. And it's, we serve very small portions, okay? But they're all laced with CBD, okay? It's called Micro Dosa. And thank you. South Asian people, that was for you, okay? Yeah, so I studied mathematics. That's why I do stand-up comedy now. Does anybody here like math, just so I know? Okay, that's a pretty good portion. So people who like math do come to my shows to see math jokes, but I can't do too many because other people will leave. So, so I have to cap it at like 3 math jokes per show. But if you're nice, I do 3.14. That's a generosity. Okay. So I decided I have to do math jokes for my math fans, but I can't do too many. So I decided this year I'm just going to do like very high-level math jokes to satisfy that group of people, and then we can move on very quickly. So this year I'm doing only calculus jokes. Only calculus jokes. Any fans of calculus here? Okay. The pool is getting smaller. It's a smaller set within a set. Okay. So yeah, if you don't do calculus already, I highly recommend that you integrate it into your life immediately. Okay, you can differentiate between who's laughing and who's not. Okay, going off on a tangent here, but the point is, I love calculus. There's no limit to that, okay? All right. Oh, I found your limit. All right, listen. I almost got stabbed in Glasgow and did better at these jokes, okay? Oh, no, please. That's right. Your fist came for its own agenda, I'll tell you that much. I think some of them have a shred of the sentiments that you have, but the vigor, they lack it. Anyways, so that's your leader, by the way. Honestly, honestly, I would kill for all of you to have that energy, but with laughter. You know what I'm saying? Like cross multiply him by all of you. That's the ideal crowd right there. Oh, Habibi, the more you pound that thing, I'm going to delay it longer. Please, do not. You're making me very uncomfortable, okay? All right, you need to relax, okay? Aggression, it's a Zionist thing. We don't do that, all right? We don't fucking do that. We don't do that, okay? Now, if you followed me last year, you would know that I was talking exclusively about Palestine. I felt it was necessary for the entire year with what was going on in Gaza, and you know, I couldn't even write a math joke last year. I know you're like, oh, we should have came last year. Well, too fucking late. You fucked up. You discovered me too late. Last year, my whole entire set was about Palestine. I could not even hear or see anything other than Palestine or Gaza. You know, you could say that I had tunnel vision. Fine, but you have to understand, okay, that obviously things are very difficult now, and I'm going to be talking about it in just a moment, but you have to understand, as a comedian of doing this for 18 years, Palestine is one of many things that I talk about, and as a Palestinian, I want the right to a normal fucking life too, okay? So you have to understand, it's enough that Israel has occupied actual Palestine. They don't need to be occupying my mind. However, I will be speaking the truth at every event that I do, and I will be speaking about Palestine until Palestine is free. Okay? That's period, all right? Talking about Israel-Palestine and Great Britain is a little tough because I know it's a very divisive issue here. So I'm just letting you know, my intention is to solve everything. I see myself as a private detective, and I'm getting really close. Basically, I realized this whole situation, Israel-Palestine, it turns out to be a whole mix-up. Somebody back in the day, I guess, promised the Palestinian land to an entire other group of people. And once I find out which country did that, that joke is sponsored by Lord Balfour. All right. So if you have any leads on that, just let me know. Or if you're from Leeds, let me know. I wrote that joke in 1917. It's more of a declaration, actually. What time is it? Somebody tell me what time it is. 9:45? Okay, listen. Listen, my friend. Is that the only sentence you know? Oh, no. Put the gun down. Put the gun down, dude. Put the gun down. Make sure you get him on the camera. This is going to be good content. Good content. Not good for our cause, though, brother, but good content. Listen, I only have about 2 hours left, but I'll do this. Is there anything that I haven't talked about tonight that you guys would like for me to talk about? Not you. Yeah. What's that? More math? Oh, I can do that. I'll, relax, you. Whoa. We're about to have Brexit Part 2. Jeez. People are about to Brexit this room. So what I'll do is I'll do the math joke last so people don't leave. But I'll get you a nice solid math. I'll get you a nice high-level math. Yeah, oh, you listen. That's good. Look at that. I underestimated you, sir. You're seriously going to be like there's going to be like, you know how people have like the angel and devil on their shoulder? When I'm doing like an important gig, and like one of me is like, follow the rules, do the cat jokes, and then you're on the other shoulder, do the anti-Israeli jokes! You would have been a great Supreme Court judge, because you'd be like, bang, bang, you know? Order in the court. You want a cat joke? Okay. My cat, unfortunately, is homophobic. I found out recently, because we get close. He comes and sits on my lap. I pet him. It's very intimate. And then when I go in for the kiss, he's like, nah, bro, that's gay. Every single time. Whenever I do kids' parties, I tell cat jokes. Like, how does a cat like his steak cooked? Rare. And he's like, how do you make that joke anti-Israeli? I'm like, because in Gaza, the cats can't eat steak! All right, what else?
Samuel Vader.
Yeah, that's me, baby. You already know, baby. You already know. I'm not an Abu though. I'm an uncle. You know what I mean? I'm Amu Al Beta. That's a joke for 5 people. Whatever. What else?
Good intentions.
Was that
Good intentions.
good intentions? I like that. Just in general, or is that like a movie? Don't tell me there's like a TV series called Good Intentions. Is there? No? Just like Good Intentions? Because I have good intentions. I don't want to hurt anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I was about to reference Aragon's guy. I was like, I think he had good intentions, but he left. I like it. No, and then what would you say up there? Bumble. Oh, Bumble. You want like my profile URL? and then okay, sure. And then what? Yes, please. He's like, yes. Give me. All right, sure, dude. Bumble stories. What's that? A worst date story? Last year I had to break up with a girl because she was seeing someone else, and she started seeing this guy who turned out to be her cousin. That was really cool. But that was very embarrassing because people would be like, why'd you guys break up? I was like, she had to get in touch with her family. What else?
Is there any peace and happiness chance?
And what about happiness? Peace and happiness. Is there a chance of peace and happiness? In the world? Wow. I'm so honored. May I ask where you're from, sir?
I'm from London.
You're from London. Born and raised?
Africa.
Okay, Africa. Sorry, I'm just trying to filter out the immigrants here. That's all, sir. What part of Africa are you from?
Sorry?
What part of Africa are you from?
Tanzania.
Tanzania. Okay. Well, I felt the wisdom on you. I could feel you're like a wise person. So I just want to say it's an honor to feel a wise person who's probably lived a very interesting life to ask me, is there a chance of peace and happiness in the world? Asking a f***ing clown if there's a chance of peace and happiness. What an honor. What an honor. And you know what, sir? I'm glad you asked me because I think there is a chance of peace and happiness. I think there is a chance of peace. I really do. I really do. Sometimes you have to create it yourself. How do you expect peace to break out in the world if you can't create it within your own household? So I create peace in my household by not talking to people. Okay? And I create happiness by doing things I enjoy, like going for long walks by myself. So yes, I absolutely believe I believe there's 100% chance of happiness and peace, and I believe that it's already happening right now inside. If you just create it within yourself, it will spread. Okay, so that's all I'm trying to do is create happiness and peace, and hope that it spreads.
What ways you can do to bring about peace and happiness?
What ways can you do to bring up peace and happiness aside from the ones that I just gave? Okay, listen. In other words, your answer was. Well, I'll tell you what. Obviously, happiness, it's relative for everybody, but like if you be enjoyable to the people around you, they're going to be happy, right? Ways you can create peace is being peace. You just have to emanate peace, And I do that by keeping my mouth shut. When I'm not on stage, obviously, because people get very upset when I do that when I'm on stage. But just be it. Be it. Be happy, be peace. And you create happy peace. That's it. Be it. You're doing it right now. You're doing a great job right now. You're killing it. You're killing it. You're very peaceful. You're a very peaceful person. And you're making me happy. He's still looking at me like, what the f*** is your problem? He's like, I used to be a teacher. Any teachers here? Awesome. 3? That's awesome, dude. How does teaching pay here in the UK? Pretty solid? Yeah. Awesome. Cool. I think that's a global thing. Around the world. The people who teach our kids to be better people, don't pay them much. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they really want to teach the kids. Teachers, what do you teach? History. That's got to be tough in Great Britain, huh? Teaching history in Britain, 101. And then we colonized them, and then we colonized them, and then we colonized them. Then they hated us, then they hated us, then they rebelled. We pulled out of there, and let America do the rest. You abolished slavery first, right? Oh, yeah, Britain loves to remind you that. We abolished slavery first. Yeah, you also started it first, motherfucker. Like, where do you start the clock? Royal family? Okay, I could talk about what's the latest with them? What's the latest gossip? Come on, you're not. I know one person here is following some doesn't want to admit it. What do I think of Harry and Meghan Markle? Aren't they kind of like breaking away from the family, like distancing themselves from the family, right? Hasn't been their whole thing. But does anybody like them? I just heard half yes and half no, so that's a mix. Well, I don't know enough about them to really make a statement on whether I like them or not, but I probably like them more than the rest of the family. Which one's the molester again? Henry? Andrew, sorry. Andrew's the molester, and then Charles is king. Kind of. What's that? Ooh, colonized. Sorry, guys. You guys are going through it. I was doing shows yesterday and asked, I'm like, what are the problems you have here in the UK? And people are like, the price of pints are very high. You guys have it too good. And what? Eggs too? Yeah, we're going through that too, back home. We have a lot more in common. Well, you're technically our father, so. Do I like who? Hollywood films. Are there any other ones? If I can, there's Bollywood. Oh, he's back. Oh, shit. He's back. Where'd you go, man? Oh, God. Broken record, man. Broken. You want me to get to the point, boss? Well, no. I mean, you're very determined. Yeah. There's not always someone shouting at my shows, actually. The 5 p.m. show is very peaceful. Okay? So that's another answer. If you want more peace, come to my 5 p.m. show. Arab dads. They basically get trampled. They let the whole family walk over them. You know, my dad's Arab. I think he raised me and my sister pretty well. He was always very funny guy. You know, he would, Wow, dude. Really? You're completing the mission right now? Are you serious, man? Oh, I get it. You're together. What the dude? He's like, we gotta take back our license. Try with a suitcase now! You're good. You're excused, man. Don't worry. We won't look at you. So, dude. Take a bow, sensei. Give me another one. Keir Starmer and Jeffrey Epstein. Probably we're on the same island at some point. The Jeffrey Epstein files, Trump kept saying he was going to release them, the Jeffrey Epstein files. They missed an opportunity. They should have called them the pedophiles. I don't know why they missed that opportunity to do that. Epstein, I didn't know him personally. Allegedly hung himself, but they don't have eyewitnesses, and they didn't give any evidence of it. So he's probably hanging out with Prince Andrew somewhere, to be honest. They're probably like just kicking back. It is Prince Andrew, right? Yeah. Prince Andrew, correct. Cool, just want to make sure I'm doing the right reference. Keir Starmer, on the other hand, sucks. I don't know anything about them, but they're part of the Labour Party, and
Keir Starmer's wife, her whole family are illegal human beings. They have Israeli passports. Keir Starmer's wife is an
Okay.
Keir Starmer's wife
Are we?
used her children to child traffic
Okay.
in the synagogue of Satan.
Oh my God.
Revelation 3:9.
Hold. Whoa. Fuck who, buddy?
Revelation 3:9.
Dude, stop the air gun thing, dude. Seriously, chill the fuck out with that, dude. But thanks for the information on Keir Starmer, because I do find it very interesting.
Tommy Robinson is their dad. Their mama is Keir Starmer.
Okay. You're getting this, right? This is, oh, the camera's. Yes. You'll find me a wife. What am I looking for? Somebody who's peaceful and happy. All right. Thank you guys so much, London. I'll see you next time. Bang bang!
Oh, we need, next time you come to London, we need more anti-Israeli jokes.
Okay, but I need you to stop drinking as a Muslim, brother. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm here for the anti-Israeli jokes. I'm not here for no counseling. Look, I'm here to support the program. You get me?
Okay, 12 step. What's good?
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and welcome your host for the evening and future president, Demi Obey.
I'm just going to go ahead and cut to the chase. I'm running for president in 2036.
Come on, how we doing out there tonight? Make some noise. Hey. Fantastic. It is January 28th, and we have 28,000 people in this Zoom tonight. Feeling good. Yes, thank you so much for attending the very first Obey 2036 live on Zoom podcast with special guest politician Mike Bucci in the house. Come on.
What's up, everybody?
Thank you.
Not enough people in this one to storm the Capitol. We're doing good.
This is the Storm the Capitol edition. We will get more to Mike in a moment when I introduce him, but I want to thank his 29 family members for coming out tonight. And for those of you who are new, this is KO Comedies Network. We do live comedy shows. I am the founder. My name is Sammy Obeid, and I'm running for president in 2036. Am I right? Am I right? Yes, I am, unless Amanda Gorman runs, then I might just change things to 2040. Am I right? Okay. People always ask why 2036, and I tell them because that's the latest that Vladimir Putin can stay in office in Russia till. So it gives me 15 solid years to make friends with each and every one of his family members. So, because it's going to be one of them. So establishing ties right now. And yes, people are telling me, Amanda Gorman, she's a poet. Did you guys see her poem at the inauguration? It was amazing, right? It was amazing. And people are like, yeah, she's running. Are you worried? And I'm like, I've been running since 2016. All right. So I love Amanda's stanzas, but she needs to get in line. You know what I'm saying? Okay, come on. No, seriously, if she's running, then we are literally fucked. But that doesn't matter right now. It is probably a joke. It's probably a joke. I mean, her career is already going amazing, but so is mine. I mean, next week she will be performing at Super Bowl 55. Yes.
Wow.
And I also will be watching. So, good things on the horizon. But what a new year, what a new month, what a new era. Trump is still at it. He's fracturing from the Republican Party and starting his own party, which guess what? It's called the
Patriot Party.
It's actually MAGA, but good guess. The MAGA Party. How original, right? How many? By the way, if you know my slogan, it's "Make America Great Again," which is MAGA. So that one's taken. If he's going to take a slogan, it better be MAGA. But just plain old MAGA, which we've heard so many times. So I'm wondering what his symbol is going to be. I'm guessing a dead horse. But we got a new president, Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the president of the United States, and he has vowed in his first 100 days to get out 100 million doses of the vaccine. That's pretty awesome. Of course, by 2036, we won't even have that problem anymore. But I do want to match his generosity. Of course, we still will have anxiety. So in my first 100 days in office, 100 million weighted blankets. Come on now. It's tough. I know how it is. But he already signed an executive order that is shifting federal vehicles from gas to electric, which is just like the lamps in the home he grew up in. Been around. He's been around, Uncle Joe. In other good news, Trump's former spokesperson, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, is running for governor in Arkansas. No applause for that. Okay. This is amazing, guys. I mean, if she wins governor of Arkansas, she will now be the second governor of Arkansas to like coming in blue dresses. Am I right? Okay, you always wear the blue dress. She shows up. You get it. All right. So anyways, we have an amazing show for you tonight. And normally for these podcasts, we do a warm-up act and I do a long monologue where I run the light and make you wonder when it's going to end. But I'm actually sticking to my time tonight because our special guest has a hard out at 6:55 Pacific. That just shows that we book people who are doing big things. Or he just made an excuse so that this train wreck doesn't go too long. But either way, it was well calculated, and that's why he's on the show. So I'd like to welcome our special guest, the mayor of New York, Mike Bucci.
Hello, everybody. Yes. Wrong coast, but close enough. Nobody knows where Newark is anyways. We're like the lost city of Atlantis. Nobody knows where the fuck we are. So.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, I live in Fremont, California, so I know where Newark is. It's a legendary city to me. And just you being the mayor of Newark is more than enough.
Thank you. Now, I appreciate the promotion you just gave me, but I am still the vice mayor. Al Nagy's still alive. I know a lot of people are shocked. He's been on the Newark City Council for 40 years, so you wouldn't think he'd still be here, but he absolutely is. So.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so you're the vice mayor. Hold on one second. You booked the fucking vice mayor?
Yeah.
New York fucking city, dude. All right. Anyways, he's got to be here until 6:55. That's awesome, man. That's great. So how long you been doing politics for, Mike?
You know what? I was elected in 2014 to the city council. So, we're going on our 7th year. I originally had run in 2011, lost, and, won in 2014. But I've been on a number of committees and commissions and, different boards and nonprofits for several years before I ran. So I've been around for a while. I know I don't look that old. I know, it's shocking.
No, you look good, Mike Bucci. You look good. That's why we booked you. We're all about aesthetics here.
I was wondering that makes sense.
Yeah. So 7 years strong. That's great. That's really, really great. And you had to go through a loss to get there. How did it feel to lose to your cousin?
It felt good, Sammy. I'm gonna be honest. The 3 years I lost weren't great years, so I came in and some of those problems were already solved, and I came in looking pretty good. So that's always helpful, right?
That's great. Yeah, that's like my weighted blanket strategy.
No, yeah. You know what? It's part of it. You got to have thick skin, and you're not going to win everything. And I think all you can do is work hard. And I had some stuff work against me that first one, and even though we ran, we continued working for 3 more years, and eventually got elected. So yeah, it's an interesting story, right? It's a wild ride running for office, and running a campaign is an education that no college could ever prepare you for. It's something else.
Now, did you know you wanted to be in politics ever since you were a kid?
No, actually, I got a little more involved later on, and I think it started with service and volunteer work and things, and just being more exposed, I guess. And I'm part of a big part of the labor movement, and all of it kind of just crescendoed into an opportunity and good timing, I guess. That's how it all.
Well, your Twitter bio says, "Let's be honest. If you've been married or have kids, then you're a politician too."
Yeah. So that's a solid quote.
For those of us who are not married, can you explain a little bit what that means?
Well, you know what's funny is I always hear politicians, especially local ones, when they're running, they say, "I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician." And I think we've all seen what can happen if we elect not a politician, right? So, maybe be a little bit of a politician. And I've been with my wife 16 years, and that takes some compromise and, a little bit of political skill in some ways. So, if you've ever, been in a long-term relationship, or if you have kids and have to negotiate with them, it's not much different than local politics.
So are you saying that I need to get married before I even have a chance with my politician career?
It certainly doesn't hurt. I didn't have a kid in 2011 when we lost, and in 2014 we had a kid and we won. So Sammy, it's solid advice.
It's good luck, or your wife didn't want to even have your kid until you got promoted.
Yeah. Just make sure I was viable.
Yeah. So who are some politicians that you admire, Mike?
You know what? It's funny because you always hear about the federal guys and state guys who are probably a little more jaded, but the local folks are just the heart and soul of politics, and say all politics are local. So there's a couple local folks who I really like. One, Richard Valle, our county supervisor. I mean, talk about a good man. He has started a recycling center over in Union City back when it wasn't popular to be green back in the 70s, and it's a nonprofit, and he hires a bunch of guys on parole and gives them union jobs. And I mean, he grew up in the Dakota neighborhood. He still lives there. I mean, he's a guy, who grew up local and serves local. And he actually gave me my first break. So there's a lot of guys and women who I look up to. Ann Crosby, who was a former member of your Fremont school board, is a big one. But yeah, there's a lot of good folks locally. Some shitty ones too, but a lot of good ones.
Well, that's awesome. That is a really refreshing thing to hear. And I just want to make a note to our editor. Can you edit that part out and replace it with Cory Booker, Mitch McConnell, and the squad? Thanks. So great answer. Love it. I love all of them too. So if somebody wants to run for city council, what do you suggest the first steps are?
Grow up in a small town, run in that town.
Okay.
You know what? If I'm going to be honest, Sammy, I'm not sure I could get elected anywhere else. Right? Like I'm pretty much locked in here. People ask me if I want to go to Sacramento, and I always say no. I like being here, but the truth is, nobody's sending me to Sacramento.
Well, Mike, I hate to burst your bubble there, but we actually sent out some of our chief correspondents here at Obey 2036 to Newark to see how things are going in Bucci land. So we have a little video for you we like to play, and maybe you'll change your mind.
This is great.
Yeah, let's do it.
We are here in Newark, New Jersey at City Hall looking for Mike Bucci.
Woo! We're here to figure out what the people of Newark really think of their vice mayor.
We're coming for you, Booch.
Woo!
You can just smell that fresh Newark air.
Where are you, Mike Bucci? Where are you?
What are your favorite things about Mike Bucci?
Mike Bucci, to be honest, I don't even know who that is, to be honest. Yeah.
So Mike Bucci is the vice mayor of Newark.
Okay.
Mike Bucci, I don't know enough about Vice Mayor Mike Bucci.
Mike Bucci?
Yeah.
So his name's Mike Bucci.
Okay.
What do you like about Mike Bucci?
Honestly, don't know much about Mike, but he seems like he has a good heart.
He has a great heart, actually.
So Newark looks wonderful.
That's
They're
great.
doing a great job.
What do you think? Do you think Vice Mayor Mike Bucci has anything to do with that?
I'm not familiar with him very much.
So I'm out here with Aaron. So Aaron, what are your thoughts on Vice Mayor Mike Bucci?
To be honest, I don't even know. He's the mayor of Newark.
So we're trying to figure out what people of Newark, New Jersey think of Mike Bucci.
Oh.
What do you think of Mike Bucci?
You're gonna have to ask somebody else. I'm not a person. But as far as Mike Bucci, I don't know.
What's your first impression when you hear Mike Bucci?
I truly don't know. It's kind of a funny last name. It's kind of catchy. It's good for slogans.
Yeah. What do you want to see improved about the city?
For me, I think the main thing is information.
Okay.
Like creating some central space where people can get information about what's happening.
Like who is Mike Bucci?
Who's Mike Bucci?
Yeah.
That was good.
Excellent.
Let's give it up for our correspondents. That is
Yeah.
Newark, New Jersey. Okay. We have national, so we have people out there gauging gauging how you're doing out there nationally. And it sounds like you have a chance in the big city, Mike. That's what I want to break to you.
You know what? There was no negativity there, so I'm going to take it as a win.
Yeah. They actually said that you kept the streets clean, so congrats on that.
And I got a shout out on the last name, which is great. So that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
People know you, man. People know you. So Mike, of course, you chose to run for vice mayor versus mayor. Was that your intention?
The council members, you get elected by, or you get voted from the council to become vice mayor. So I'm vice mayor. Yeah. So all the council members are eligible for it, and then you run for mayor separately.
So basically, you just take all the council members out to Applebee's once, and you're pretty much locked
You're
in,
solid.
right?
You're locked in.
That's great. Okay, cool. You're a big advocate for small businesses, right?
I am. Yeah.
So I did get word that Amazon is considering giving the city of Newark $1 billion to set up a factory there. Now, would you accept that, and why?
$1 billion goes a long way in Newark, considering our yearly budget is about $60 million. So, yeah. We have an Amazon warehouse here, and I can tell you we make a whole lot less than $1 billion. So, if they want to give us $1 billion, I'm all for it.
Now, what if I became the vice mayor of Fremont and I offered them $999,000,099?
You're dead to me. I have a standing challenge to all the Fremont electeds to basically challenge me in anything at any time. So if you get elected in Fremont, it'd be nice to see one of those folks over there finally have the guts enough to step up. So yeah.
Oh, thank you. Have you met so you know the people in Fremont, you know the mayor and stuff?
I do. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're a small town,
Oh, really?
Is that the mayor of Fremont? There's
That's
Lily.
Mayor of Fremont calling. Hold on 1 second.
Lily knew I was about to talk about her city. Yeah.
It's actually a call from PETA. So I'm at my mom's house right now, and she's a huge PETA supporter. So since I can't turn off the phone because it's not in here. Speaking of animal rights, what is your stance on the environment? Now, Newark is a town that resides on the bay. So you have marshland, you have coastal territories, and you do have wildlife. So where do you stand on that whole issue?
We have a wildlife refuge. We're 13 square miles, 9 of which is city. So we got 4 square miles of marshland and reserve. The marshland is an important part of our system here. And, the truth is, everybody along the bay has to do our part. And even though we have a small piece of it, we're still a part of that puzzle. So it's important for us to maintain our little slice of the pie as well. And we've had some projects recently that kind of were close to encroaching on the marshland, and I voted no on them. And it's been kind of a big deal in town. It's one of my many 4-1 losses. I actually hold the record in town for the most 4-1 vote losses, including the most motions to never get a second, right? So I'm kind of proud of that. And that was one of them, right? We call it Area 4. You can Google it. It's a big thing right now. So
now that is a beautiful thing, and it's so nice to hear that from a politician. Now, I will tell you that I heard rumor that is the exact Area 4, where Bezos is eyeing for the Amazon warehouse. Any thoughts on that $1 billion?
Well, I'd still have to vote no on it, right? Because I already voted no on it once. So, but we'll see how it goes. $1 billion, I'm pretty sure I'd be willing to give them the New Park Mall space for that much money. So I think we can find somewhere better to put them.
That is great. Anybody knows where that is, that's hilarious. So I understand that you are a skating fan, big fan of the skate park. In fact, I believe your daughter called you Phony Hawk.
Yeah. So you know what's funny? Yeah, she heard that and she's laughing now. No, you know what? We've been trying to get a skate park in town for a long time, and ever since I was a kid, you knew I grew up a skater kid, and we wanted a park. And now that I was in a position to kind of champion that project, it took me a couple years, but we got it built. And last year at the grand opening, I agreed to drop in. Keep in mind, I haven't skated in like 15, 20 years, right? Hadn't even been on one. And we kind of said it as a joke. And a week later, a member of staff put out a flyer with a big Mike Bucci doing the first drop in. So I had to practice for quite a while because it had been some time. And I hurt myself pretty bad about a week before the event, and I still hurt.
Oh, man.
I'm pretty sure I compressed a disc of some sort. But on the day, you know, I did it, and there was about 300 people there, and I made it. So I did it when it counted, and that's it. No more drop-ins. So if anybody wants to see it, you can YouTube it.
Well, that's great. I mean, it's really nice to hear about somebody who is a skater turned politician. In fact, so much so that we decided to play our regular game that we play on this show called Trick or Treaties. So what we're going to do in this game is we are going to name a term that is either from the skater world or the political world. And we're going to have the audience guess. And of course, you guess. Unless you know, then just stay silent until we reveal it. And then we will reveal if it is actually a skater term or a term in the political world. Let's do it, guys. Come on. You guys ready for Trick or Treaties? Let's go, Joe. Any moment now. Yes, we are. Yes, we can. Joe.
That says treatsy, just by the way.
What's that?
It says trick or treatsy.
Yeah, I know. I changed it. I changed it on the fly. Where does it say that? What do you mean it says that? Where does it say that?
It's up.
You can't see JP's.
JP. Oh, JP. Sorry. Spotlight.
There we go.
Yeah, I changed it to treaties because treaties. Let me just edit here on the fly. Because treaties is something that two political entities can make, and unfortunately, we didn't see that in advance of making this slide. But you know what?
It's a small treaty. It's not a nation. It's cities.
Yeah.
Right? They're treaties.
So, first term, everybody, boneless. Can you and again, you can guess in the chat and you can guess out loud. What do y'all think? Is it a skater term?
Trick. Trick.
Everybody's guessing trick.
Definitely a trick.
And Mike, are you saying that from previous information?
Yes, I have played Tony Hawk in the past.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I got this one.
All right, and the answer is in fact a skateboard trick. A boneless is a street trick where you grab the middle of the board with your hand, plant one foot on the ground to pop the board up, and then land back to the ground with both feet on the board. Have you done that before, Mike?
Never.
Okay. Okay. Well, boneless and boneless indeed. All right, next treat. Okay. Trick or treatsy. This one's called the Blue Dog. What is that? Political or skater trick?
Treatsy. No, I hate trick. Yeah, trick.
Okay, we got one for trick. We got one for treatsy.
Treatsy.
Treaties. Anybody says treaties, bonus points. It is in fact political jargon. A blue dog is a Democrat who is likely to side with Republicans on certain issues.
Oh. Yep.
Mike, do you consider yourself a blue dog?
Not really. No, I consider myself an unapologetic liberal. So,
Okay.
but it depends on who you ask. You know?
Sure, I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one, we have the caveman. Trick or treatsy?
Trick.
I'm gonna go with trick too.
I would say treatsy.
It is a skateboard trick. A caveman is a trick done by jumping onto one's board, usually a grind or a board slide.
I almost went with Mitch McConnell.
All right, next up we have flip flop. What is this, y'all?
Trick.
Trick.
It's political.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bucci's like, trust me, I did it on the Marsh issue. It, in fact, is political. It is to make an abrupt reversal of policy. I think most of us have heard that one before. That's an easy one. That's a 1 pointer. All right, next up we have Loony Left.
Trick. Or Mike Bucci.
That's treatsy. Yeah. The loony left is political. A goofy left is a
It is, in fact, political. It is a pejorative term to describe those considered to be politically far left. So Mike is, in fact, unapologetically loony left. So next up, we have no comply. What do you think?
Treatsy. Trick.
It's a trick. I'm going trick.
All right, it is in fact a skateboard trick. To do this trick, the rider must plant his or her front foot and pop the board with only their back foot. No comply.
I'm glad I'm not missing these political ones.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
That's the main reason we're doing this game, Mike. We were going to give you just a multiple choice test. We figured this was a more fun disguise. All right, next up, we have a pregnant Chad. This is my favorite.
Oh, jeez.
Pregnant Chad, skateboarding trick or political treatsy?
Treatsy.
Treatsy.
It is, in fact, political jargon. In the 2000 presidential election, Florida votes. They had these ballot punch cards. They were incompletely punched holes, and it resulted in partially punched chads, either a hanging chad, where one or more corners was still attached, or a fat chad, or pregnant chad, where all corners were still attached, but an indentation appears to have been made. So you can thank George Bush for that. Pregnant chad. And that is why we still have global warming. All right, so next up, we have pressure flip. What is it?
This is a good one.
Pressure's on.
Definitely a skateboard trick.
Anybody?
Trick.
All right. Unanimously to skateboard trick. It is a skateboard trick. A pressure flip can refer to any flip trick flipped solely by popping the foot.
Unanimous? Man, we can't get everybody to agree that today's Thursday. So unanimous, that's great.
This is the beauty. This is the beauty of politics and skateboarding, is that it brings people together. All right, we have two more. Next up is called the rubber chicken. What's that, guys? Is that used in the skate parks or used in the Senate?
Isn't that Gavin Newsom's nickname?
Another name for a sex toy. It is political jargon. The rubber chicken is used to disparagingly describe the food served at political or corporate events. Mike, what do you know about that rubber chicken?
Every year I go to the Unionist of the Year dinner and I love it. It's a great banquet, but the chicken is awful. So I get it.
Accurate.
All right, and the final term, trick or treatsy, everybody. Texas plant. Yeah, you got to give them the old good Texas plant. And let me tell you, this is bigger and better than any other plant out there.
Trick.
Must be Ted Cruz.
What do you guys think? We have one for trick. What else? Anybody?
I'm going trick.
We can't fool you on this show, guys. It is a skateboard trick.
Hey.
Backflip plant tail grab with a straight front leg. It looks like a Benihana foot plant. All right, y'all. Well, that concludes trick or treaties.
A smart group here, Sammy.
I know. We couldn't fool. I don't think we fooled a single person except maybe one of them earlier on. So, anyways, good. So we all learned something there. So, Mike, Mr. Vice Mayor, what are some of your vices?
You know what? We have a boat. I spend a lot of time out on the ocean. We can't afford a house in the Bay Area. Me and my wife both got good jobs, and I'm the vice mayor. Still can't afford to buy a house here.
So you live on the boat?
Yeah, we bought a boat, and we spend quite a bit of time out on the bay. So, that. And Newark has about 10 moonshine stills, I think. And I'm able to get some of that once in a while, and we'll sip on that. That's delicious. Yeah.
So when this whole pandemic's over, maybe we can sip some moonshine on your boat, and I can be like, hey, I was sipping shine with the booch on the boat.
It's not that good, but yeah, we can do it. It sounds better than it is.
Hey, you got to build a name somehow.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Bucci, I am aware that you are a member of the Newark Optimist Club.
Yeah.
Right? And being optimistic is something very important in politics, especially making things seem optimistic, even if they're not. So we want to put you to the test as a politician and member of the Optimist Club by playing a game I like to call Spin This. So in this game, I'm going to give you something that's bad that happened that you would have to spin and make positive. Does that work? You cool with that?
That works.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay. Here we go. Number 1, spin this. You drove over a family of ducks while driving a diesel truck and jamming out to Nick Jonas.
Here's the thing. Okay.
That's a great intro. Just somebody rephrase that.
Oh my God. Wow.
We obviously love our wildlife here in Newark, but unfortunately, the Newark Lake ducks have become a little too comfortable and they don't fly away for the winter, and it has put an extreme strain on the local ecosystem, right? Really, these animals need to leave part of the year and give us the time to recover. It's good for the plant life, the flora, the fauna. The fact that, I hit them, well, I felt bad, and I wouldn't have even been out driving except I was working for Meals on Wheels, and there's a lot of seniors over there in the lake area, right? And while I did hit those ducks, I also don't waste food, so I stopped, picked them up, cooked a few meals, and after I dropped off for the older folks, I also donated some food to the homeless. So in the end, we made lemons out of lemonade, I think.
No, that was all beautiful, but you did not apologize for the Jonas part. Can you explain that?
Listen, my iPod is so old, I don't even know how to upload things. So my wife mostly does it for me. And I had one random, and she's so sweet that I couldn't tell her how much I hate that song. So I just left it on there and didn't say anything like a good husband.
You are so good, Mr. Bucci. Okay.
Another one.
All right, here we go. You just accidentally tweeted a step-by-step plan to eliminate all left-handed people by 2022.
In all fairness, left-handed people are the most likely to park in the right-hand side of the street while still going forward and blocking everybody from making a right turn. So I think we can all get on board with those people are terrible and a drain on society, right? And they're probably the ones that we could live without, I think.
I love that. And let me just add, left-handed guitars, totally unnecessary. And you can
Hendrix played it upside down. You don't need a special guitar.
Exactly.
Jimmy did
it. So confusing every time I pick up a left-handed guitar and I'm playing it backwards. So yeah, I got a campaign slogan for that one. You can say, "Out with the loony left." So, okay, spin this. On your WhatsApp or Slack or email list that you share with your fellow city council members and other politicians from the Tri-City area, you accidentally just replied all with a dick pic.
Somebody had asked me if I had seen Vinnie Bacon recently. And I said, yeah, and then replied with a dick pic. To be fair, that wasn't an accident.
That's beautiful. And for those of you tuning in from another part of the world, Vinny Bacon is a local politician. So in post, we will just edit that out.
Don't you dare.
And replace with Big Chuck Schumer. Okay. So, all right. So spin this. You got invited to do a podcast and only 31 people aside from yourself showed up.
Listen, I'm proud. Like, my mom got 30 of her friends here. Normally, she would have had a lot more, but under the current lockdown conditions, and she's been stay at home, like, I'm impressed that she got this many folks here. And, you know, I can always count on her. I'm an Italian kid. So, you know, I got to give my mom a shout out for the hard work she did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
A couple of the guys on here look like fellas my mom would date. Who is that in the cowboy hat and the beard? That looks like one of my mom's former boyfriends.
That's our boy Aaron.
Yeah. Aaron, say hi to Cheryl.
Also, I'm 1/8 Italian too, from the ankles down, just in case you didn't know. So,
we can see
part of that. I'll show you a pic later. A lot of hair. So great. You're so good at this. I'm going to give you one last one. This one's a little bit harder than the rest. Spin this. Make positive using your skills as a politician and a member of the Newark Optimist Club. Spin this. You voted for Trump.
Oh, wow.
Let's just say both times too, 2016.
Several years ago, I made the mistake of mumbling something under my breath to my wife, and she hit me over the back of the head with a rolling pin. And I spent the last 5 years in a coma, and my wife committed voter fraud and actually voted for Trump for me using my mail-in ballot. So it wasn't actually me, but her trying to make me look bad. And but you know, I'm committed to our relationship, and nobody's perfect, so I'm not going to hold it against her.
Wow.
That is so noble. But did she get any kind of reprimand, any kind of punishment, anything for that?
No, the cops showed up, found out who she hit. They didn't care. They left.
Oh, it's so endearing, Mike. Oh my God. A true politician indeed. You passed the test, sir.
Cops showed up like, oh yeah, that's one of our bosses. We're good. And moved
on. Well, fantastic. You know, we were able to honor your heart out tonight. Can you tell us where you have to go?
You know what? I have a council meeting at 7:00 tonight. So I had told Sammy I want to do the show. I'm looking forward to it, but I need to be out by about 6:55. So
we just made the vice mayor late to his own council meeting.
It wouldn't be the first time. I've shown up late before. It happens. I've come running in as well. You know what, Sammy? It's funny because a lot of people think council members, you know, this is all we do. I have a total different, separate full-time job. I know people will be shocked to find out that you can't live in the Bay Area on a council salary of $11,800 a year, but you can't. So while it's certainly helpful, and you know, we appreciate it, this is a work of passion, I still have to have another full-time job. Yeah, so it's busy.
That's why I'm doing this podcast. So you're going to go off to this meeting and maybe give us a plug, like a little something.
Yeah, you know what? I will officially announce to everybody, and I'll post it to your thing later, that I'm proud to be the first endorser of the Sammy Opid 2036 presidential campaign.
Oh, thank you.
You have my full support, and my endorsement comes with a contribution of $100. So congratulations.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing, and that is exactly why I invited you to do this show. Now let me ask you, Mike. You're going to go off to this council meeting. How many people are in the Newark City Council?
We got 5, 4 council members in our mayor. So it's 5, and you need 3 votes to do something. So
5 council members. So this Zoom is the bigger one, huh? You're going down. You're going from the big game to the open mic.
My mom has spent more time watching this Zoom than any of my council meetings.
Yeah, well, maybe we can do a drop-in sometime and see how things are going in the city. Now, Mike, last thing I want to ask you before you go, because we got to get you out of here. Is there anything about politics that people don't generally know that you'd want them to know?
Well, there's the good and the bad, right? Sometimes I'll be in town and somebody will, hey, Bucci, fuck you. And, people don't realize that I love that, right? I absolutely love it. If you see me around town, feel free to tell me to fuck off. I take it as a term of endearment. No, what's interesting is, like I had kind of mentioned earlier, there's a lot of good folks at the local level. And, we have a registered Republican on our council here. And more often than not, we're able to agree on things, because at the local level, we don't focus on, those wedge issues and stuff. And we have the good of the community at heart. So there are a lot of good folks locally. And I think people don't understand the power that you have. I feel like in some ways I was able to do more before I was elected. And at this level, folks in town and stuff can really move the needle and influence what's going on in town. And when you feel like you don't have any control and maybe your vote doesn't matter or nobody's listening, I can tell you we're absolutely listening, and you may not always get the response that you like, but the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and a closed mouth doesn't get fed, right? So if you're passionate about something locally and you can, get with a council member and get them to kind of help champion it and stuff, you'd be amazed at what you can do. Kids, we have a lot of kids that come in, teenagers that can't even vote, and young folks in their 20s, that's kind of put some of the power behind the new skate park and other things going on in town. So I think people don't realize necessarily how much power they have in themselves to affect things locally. So it's a good reminder, right? Always something you can do.
That is so inspiring and beautiful. And like you said, we're always listening. So you heard it from the government. We're being wiretapped, everybody. Thank you so much, Mike Bucci. It really is an honor to have you on our inaugural episode of Obey 2036. Consider yourself family, and we would love to talk to you again sometime. We hope you have a great city council meeting. Now, on your way out, we did make a special song for you. So I hope you enjoy this. And if you want your own copy of it, just let me know. So.
All right.
And you were awesome. You were an amazing guest.
Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody. You got bars?
Butcher game, 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 butcher game,
thank you, Mike.
butcher game, 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 butcher game.
Have fun at your meeting, sir. We will. We're actually going to continue this show a little bit, keep talking for a little bit, but you're welcome to sign off, and we'll stay in touch about the post.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Fun fact, that's my ringtone. Everybody have a great night.
Mike. For those of you who are not familiar, that was a parody of a Lil Pump song. Maybe not the demo of our show, but we'll play that. We'll play that on our TikTok account for sure. Okay, well, thank you to our amazing audience for showing up to this first episode of Obey 2036. We are committed to keep coming back and doing this, moving up the ladder from vice mayor. We will have a mayor next time, and then we're going to have a state senator, and then we just keep going up from there until we get to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong, and then we're done. All right? So yeah, I really appreciate you. I know a lot of people who came to this show are regulars in the KO Comedy Network. We have some amazing shows coming up this weekend, and we have more podcasts. Let us know. Feel free to send us comments if you liked this one or if you liked another one you came to. We always like the feedback. We really appreciate that. And yes, I am running for president in 2036. Just a reminder. I don't play golf, so you'll get more hours from me. You'll be able to choose your own income tax rate. There will be no more leaf blowers blowing in the morning when you wake up. Marijuana will be allowed on planes, and I'll fly Ruben out first class to the White House. And here's a new one. Everyone will get a free universal Netflix password. All right, so you can use it, but you can only watch my show 100 Humans, which will be in this 100th season by then. But we're working on taglines, and part of these podcasts, by the way, is that we like to take your requests for ideas for platforms. So if anybody has an idea right now, if anybody has one, put it in the chat, shout it out. I'm always taking ideas for future 2036 platforms. Anybody? And if you don't, you send it to me later. It's totally fine. But I'm here to take them on the fly. But still trying to come up with a good tagline for our campaign. So if anybody has any good ideas, feel free to send those. I've been coming up with a few. One is my family's from Lebanon, not QAnon. Sammy Obeid, the vaccine for stupid. I did the math and we're all fucked, so why not me? And then lastly, trying to figure out the best way to word this one, but we politicians have such a bad rap, right? So like so many former presidents betrayed, right? But this one obeyed. Okay, come on now. Thank you so much for coming out to Obey 2036. Give it up for our EP, Richard Anderson, for putting this together, our tech, Joseph Paul, and all of our amazing writer staff. We will be back at another date with another city council member, motherfuckers, all right? Thank you so much, and have a fantastic evening. Let's hang out, huh?
Butcher game, butcher game, butcher game, butcher game. Butcher game, 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 butcher game.
Something more event will happen this week, though. Tiger Woods got into a car crash, and he's fine. It's totally fine. He's doing well. He's in a stable condition. But golf commentators everywhere were watching this and like, should have gone with the driver. That's everybody. Today, Biden launched a missile strike against Iran-backed militants in Syria, thus completing phase 1 of his $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. No, thank you. Thank you so much. The legendary Daft Punk is no more. And people ask why. It's actually because they got tired of touring around the world. They were really tired because they were staying up all night to get lucky. You guys heard Daft Punk songs? Come on, right?
I was dating a girl. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're over 6 feet." I'm like, "I'm so glad you can't measure. I'm 5'11". What is? I still see a lot of women requesting a guy 6 feet or taller. It's always, I get to know you. Just demand how much of a person you want. It's crazy. We're one of the only countries that still uses standard. Everywhere else in the world, that's 182.88 centimeters. You think women in Europe, like, I want a guy who's 182.88 to the 100th, no more, no less. They probably round down to 180 at least, give a little more wiggle room, you know? Oh, it's like short women too. I want a guy who's 6 feet or tall. Like, you're 5'0". How much clearance do you need? That's some Napoleon levels of just, I want to conquer as much man as possible. And it's totally acceptable. And yet if I demanded a woman a foot shorter than me, I'm the biggest creep in the world. On my Tinder, I'm just like, I want a woman who's 4'11" or shorter. I want to be able to look straight ahead and not even see her. But just know that she's there. That's the kind of love I want, the kind that you can't see but you can hear occasionally, yeah. There's no big spoon, little spoon with me. It's a teaspoon next to a ladle. That's how I want it to be. I want a hobbit from the Shire, okay? She wears heels. I go out barefoot every night. She wants to kiss me. She gotta leap up like a dolphin catching a fish like that. I want to walk around the house and be like, is that a piece of furniture? No, that's the love of my life. And that would be totally okay.
I'm single now. My last girlfriend, she was interesting. Her favorite food was Japanese noodles, and she cheated on me with 5 guys, no condoms. So yeah. You could say she loved ramen.
The founder of Bumble, Whitney Wolf, became the youngest self-made woman billionaire this week. That's awesome. Yeah, I tried to message her on LinkedIn, but apparently she can only message first. For those of you who haven't been watching the impeachment, I'll sum it up for you. For years, they were saying that Trump dog whistles to racists. And all this was just a dog park gone wild. If you look at the photos of the White House and nobody told you what happened, you'd be like, oh, pack of dogs were unleashed. You would have been like, who let the dogs out? Who Let the Dogs Out is already the theme song of 2021. This really is a dream come true to have this cool virtual comedy club where comedians can work out material and have such a great supportive audience. It's not my first dream. I'm going to say I wasn't born with this dream. My dream is that everybody in the world just shuts the up for 1 minute. Does anybody else have that? It's not even world peace. It's like world STFU. That's my
My biggest fear in life would be to be having sex with someone and they die. Sorry, I heard a laugh over here. I just wanted to look. I'm not talking to you. I'm just looking at who's laughing. Does anybody think about this? You have sex with someone and die. Kind of a cocky fear, I guess. Like, just die. It's not like that. It's just you lose a person who's very close to you, and you're suddenly stuck in this huge moral dilemma. Do I finish? Because think about it. What's worse, to finish or to not finish? Because what would they have wanted? There's got to be like a 5-second rule for necrophilia. There's like a 5-second rule. You got to make this agreement with your partner going in. Like, look, if something happens, you get one. Just one, not 2.
The Miami Heat will start to have coronavirus sniffing dogs at their home games. They'll have the dog sniff the virus, and then the dog will lose its sense of smell. Harriet Tubman will replace Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill. Who's excited about that? Woo, woo, woo. Yes, Andrew Jackson was not available for remark. He was seen leaving the $20 bill on a trail of tears. You could say he's been railroaded. Learn some history. Former Trump spokesperson Sarah Huckabee Sanders is running for governor in Arkansas. If she wins to be governor of Arkansas, that just goes to show that the governor of Arkansas can come in both genders, but will always come in a blue dress. Okay, am I right?
I am on Tinder, which means I'm getting rejected about 2,000 times a day. I don't even know about most of it. It's pretty awesome. I do see a lot of the same things repeated on profiles. Like, a lot of women are now putting fluent in sarcasm, which is like, oh, so you're mean. Or like, I message her, I'm like, oh, you're fluent in sarcasm. That's pretty cool. She's like, oh, thank you. I'm like, well, clearly you're not. Why would that be cool? Why would I want to go to bed next to someone who doesn't say I love you, but there's like, oh my God, I hate you so much, good night. Like every... Is that some kind of special skill that I want? Like we go on a vacation, some guy passes out on the plane. They're like, quick, we need someone who speaks sarcasm. He only speaks sarcasm. He's like, I'm fluent in sarcasm. He's like, how are you doing, sir? He's like, well, clearly I'm doing fine. He's not doing so well. That's what that means in sarcasm. Thank you so much. You really saved the day.
You know what's crazy? All in one day, the first day of the inauguration, new president preserved DACA, saved DACA, defunded the border wall, ended the atrocious Muslim ban, and as a result of all three of those things, destroying 3 hours of my comedy material. Thanks, Joe Biden.
I'm going to a chiropractor now who's like a reformed cholo, though. It's so interesting. I went in there because I was having back pain. He's like, you have a pinche nerve. I was like, oh. Dude, if you don't get that joke, go home and study, mother. You guys believe in astrology? It's a great time to believe in astrology. It's not really the era where logic and reason are working, you know? It's good, especially if like you're a person who like is always sad and angry about what Trump is doing. Just read a horoscope, you'll feel much better. It'll explain everything. But like, why did he say this? And then he did the exact opposite. But then he said this and he did. He's a Gemini. Do the homework. But Hillary, she kept all that stuff in her emails. Everybody knows Scorpios keep secrets. Come on. I would do Kim Jong-un, but we don't even know his birthday. They don't even give us that information. That's how you keep your people in check. Don't let them know your leader's horoscope. You guys believe in astrology? It's a great time to believe in astrology. It's not really the era where logic and reason are working, you know? It's good, especially if like you're a person who like is always sad and angry about what Trump is doing. Just read a horoscope, you'll feel much better. It'll explain everything. But like, why did he say this? And then he did the exact opposite. But then he said this and he did. He's a Gemini. Do the homework. But Hillary, she kept all that stuff in her emails. Everybody knows Scorpios keep secrets. Come on. I would do Kim Jong-un, but we don't even know his birthday. They don't even give us that information. That's how you keep your people in check. Don't let them know your leader's horoscope.
Met someone at a comedy show recently and they're like, hey, were you that guy in that movie True Lies? I was like, you mean the movie from 27 years ago? Yeah, that's me, dude. Just been drinking a lot of smoothies. A lot of kale in this diet. No, I was not in True Lies because I've never been in a movie with lies in the title because I've never been in a movie. So that's how you would know that I'm not telling lies. He was like, I'm so sorry. Does that make me racist? I was like, no, it was an honest mistake. He's like, oh, thank you. I just moved here from Michigan. I said, that makes you racist. Some guy was like, I told you they were going to go after my state. Damn it. Are you from Michigan? Hell yeah. Dude, your authority on that one makes me want to backpedal on this. Michigan's a great state. The people there are not racist. You have fresh water? Yeah, dude. Give it up for fresh water in Michigan. I don't know if that was an ironic statement or you were stating current events that we've upgraded to fresh water. It's both. Yeah, dude. That's a true lie.
And you dare to call us terrorists?
I can feel it. I can feel the energy. None of you motherfuckers are scared of Omicron. Not one more, right? Nobody here is afraid of Omicron. They chose the scariest Greek letter they could, dude. They're like, give us the one with 3 syllables. They won't even be able to say that. Omicron! 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 Why are they using Greek letters? Like, I pledged to frat in college. That's traumatizing, bringing me back. Every time there's a new variant, I'm like, I had to learn that dude. And they keep skipping letters, dude. Like, I didn't even know there was an alpha. When was there an alpha? They've been skipping because they're like, we can't have a beta. That's the people won't be afraid of that. It's a beta. Then they went straight to Delta just to over a whole airlines. And there was like a lambda for a minute, but you didn't hear about that. Silence of the lambda, right? And then they're like, what's the scariest one? Yeah, Omicron! I'm a robot that eats children! Stay at home and buy all the in the world, Omicron! When they could have skipped over to the next letter in the alphabet, which is pi, dude! That would have been so perfect for the holidays, the pi variant! That makes me want to visit Grandma! We're American, is apple pie variant up in this! That's how the news is. They want to scare you, dude. They're like, we don't know much about Omicron yet, but until we do, stay terrified. Buy as much as you can. Guys gotta be scared, man, because if not, someone at the news is gonna lose their job and dude. But we're running out of letters. Like, what's next? They're gonna be doing like double letters. You'd be like, the Sigma Chi variant, bro. Let's go, dude. You want to
coming to see McGuy House. You gotta take some shots.